So last year, our whole plan was be strategic, so we did just that. We got a whole lot accomplished. I went on a tour that was sponsored by OWN's network, Oprah Winfrey's network, and American Family Insurance. And it was basically to inspire and encourage people to be more of a village to the other people in their communities, just encourage more unity. And also started working on my mixtape, started working on the music, getting in the studio and all that. I did a bunch of community work in the city, in Chicago, for all the people that's watching. And they're like, what city? I did a whole lot, 3 TV shows, and I wanted to get my book done that I wrote before I turned 16. And I was really glad that I was able to do that. So I was real thankful for Demetrius Bullock, because he really came through. He illustrated for me. He helped me get it published. So I just really appreciate him, because the book means a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's a children's book, but I feel like everybody can really relate to it or take some type of message from it. The main character is based off a childlike version of Tupac, and it's basically about compassion and caring about people, and sometimes doing things to show that care when you necessarily don't have to. So we did a whole lot, and a whole lot of that was vital to setting us up for what we did this year. Now, this year's motto, we had stick to the plan. So we had a whole lot of things set up. I had a whole bunch of ideas set up for what I wanted to do. And basically for this year, we wanted to make sure that we executed on everything, not let anything get, oh, this is too hard or it's too many obstacles. Just get everything done that we want to do when we want to do it, So we put a whole, and create way more, creating music, starting to create films, starting to create for books, a lot of things, just putting myself in a position where I don't have to really wait on anything. The only thing that I'm waiting on is myself to put in the work. So that's what we really been doing, is just grinding this year.
How your whole crew fakes, how your whole crew snakes. We don't got them traits, I stay flowing like a lake. How your whole crew fakes, how your whole crew snakes. We don't got them traits, I stay flowing like a lake. We don't take no breaks, we don't never hit the brakes. Keep my foot on the gas, just in case I see the jakes. Moving on from the past, letting go of the hate. Been kinda hard as of late, tryna hold on to the faith. But I'm Stella getting back a groove. I'm Big Sean with the moves, I'm Tupac with the juice. I'm about to build it with the tools. But please let me be clear, no promoting violence over here. But we don't got no fear, so Trump top and get clear. Switch your flow up, switch your goals up, 3 or 4s, but I stay focused. I was chosen to be the coldest, they promote us, I really glowed up. They told us that they were own us, but now we own us. Real soldiers, got me rolling, thinking you can fold us. You can't hold us, homie, hold up. Talking about put me on, you ain't never helped me at all. Had to do it on my own, with some help from my OG. But now I'm on Showtime, so I get a whole lot of highs. Used to get a whole lot of buys, now it's time for YJB to rise. How your whole crew fakes, how your whole crew snakes. We don't got them traits, I stay flowing like a lake. How your whole crew fakes, how your whole crew snakes. We don't got them traits, I stay flowing like a lake. How your whole crew fakes, we don't got them traits. How your whole crew fakes, how your whole crew snakes. We don't got them traits, I stay flowing.
So everything that I've been doing, with the shows, with getting more attention, with the music, it's been real good. It's been a blessing for me just to be able to get these things accomplished, because coming from where me and my family come from, it's like nobody really seen any of this happen in our family. Nobody's had anybody close to them where they felt like they could use it as an example, like, man, they doing something good. But a lot of people feel like everything is easy, like they have a mentality in their mind of how I go about things or how I got to certain points. People always tell me, put me on, or do this for me, or make this phone call for me, or have this person put you on the show, but it didn't work like that for me. I had to put a whole lot of work in for years. And people say, money changes you, but I feel like it just shows you who everybody is. You know what I'm saying? It really exposes how people are. If anything, it'll change the people that's around you, because now I'm starting to feel like I just got to keep the circle that I had since I was little with me and nobody else, because everybody always end up asking for something. If I do one thing, it's like 5 more people that tweet, So I just, it's good. It's just I feel like, for example, people ask you in your DMs or something, hey, give me advice on this, or how can I do this or that? And when I'm telling somebody, all right, this is what you got to do, step by step, you got to work on this, you got to get this done. By the time I'm saying my first words, the first step, they already thinking of, okay, how can I get to the outcome that he has without even doing everything that he just said? Because that sound hard. That sound like too much work. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people try to finesse around the hard work. And that's not how things work, I started to check myself about a year or two ago. I started to look at the people I looked up to and ask myself why. Is it just because of the outcome they have and just because of the status they at, or because of the work they put in? And I wanted to make sure that it was the work they put in. You know what I'm saying? If you like somebody's chain, don't just like it because it look good. Like it because they put so much work in for them to be able to afford that. You know what I'm saying? If you see somebody giving back or doing good or buying their own house, be real mindful of how they got to that point, not just the outcome. I know this man finna ask for something. Hello?
Hey, what's up? Hey,
Yeah, what's up, man?
What you want?
Yeah, I'm chilling. I'm just on my way to the studio.
Oh, that's cool. I was just about to ask you, can you put me on, like, you know what I'm saying? I need something to do.
Hey, I'm hit you back.
Wait, what? Hold on.
Hey, excuse me. Hey, how you doing? My name is Ajani, A-J-A-N-I. Sorry, I know you probably in the rush, like hurry up, I got important things to do. Now one of them is staying right here talking to you. Hey, I got it, shorty, it's cool, I'll get up out your way. All I wanted was to say that I was going by my day. Then something so beautiful happened to catch my eye. It was you, feeling like lucky, I think you kinda fly. I know you probably receive compliments frequently. Maybe when you do, they come with a lack of decency. You should know I'm not your typical individual, and for some reason I got a feeling you different too. I'm infatuated with your melanated skin, but I'm also interested in who you are within. Apologies if I'm making you feel smothered. I was just hoping that we can get to know each other. What's up?
Sounds good, but I just really need to focus on other things, and I really I don't want to waste my time, like, nah, I don't want my time wasted. You feel me though?
Nah, I got you.
You get me right?
Listen. For the record, like Guinness, I'm a businessman. You know this cause you find me in my place of business. My productive mentality is monolithic. I make decisions with precision to make a difference. Wait, my bad, shorty, I'm really tripping. I ain't even get your name. It's Queen, well that's very fitting. Sorry about that, but back to the topic. I work very hard, and if I'm being honest, I feel you on not wanting to put your heart into building a bond, cause it could fall apart. But I ain't even asking you for all that though. I'm truly an advocate for taking these things slow. I won't negatively alter the way you live in your life. I won't mess up your mood or keep you up too late at night. I'm not trying to do harm, not trying to be toxic, nah. I'm just trying to be somebody that you rock with. And I get it if you hesitate to catch your feelings, but we ain't gotta get on that, we can just be chillin'. I wanna know your interests. Are you religious? What you believe? Do you got goals, dreams, something to achieve? I wanna find what resides in your mind. The last thing I wanna do is waste either of our time. So if it's not too much to ask of you, how about you give me your number and I can give you mine, girl? What's up?
Yo, what's up? Let me get your number. Can I have it? Like Mike and Ike, you got a man? Let me get your number, man. Come on.
growing up, always been the type of person I love to listen to people. I love to learn from different places. I always say, like, sometimes it's better for me to have a conversation with somebody that's experienced than to read it from a book. It can really help me out. I've always been like that since I was little, due to having people in my life like my grandfather. But my house, my mama never told us, my parents, they never told us stay in child's place or to just give out respect when it's not given to you. And I I recognize a lot of people, I guess, got a problem with that, but it's important because that's what I feel like we missing. That's why I feel like it's a generational gap, because a lot of people feel like, oh, you younger, you just gotta respect me. And you probably disrespecting me. So how am I supposed to give out that good energy when you just gave me nothing but bad energy, So it's something that I grew with, and recognize that everybody gotta really respect each other, and that the youth, we do got a lot of problems, but there are also a lot of problems with the older generations. We got to come together to bridge that gap. I always say that conversations are real powerful to me. Sometimes people be like, all right, I don't want to talk too much no more, but me and my mama, we would sit in the bed just having long conversations about what's going on in the world, what I wanted to do. And that's pretty much what brought me to be like, all right, I'm finna start something. I'm finna actually take action. All of those conversations we have, I call them $1 million conversations. It's real important, because greatness can come out of just talking. Greatness can come out of recognizing what's going on and reflecting upon it. Not only just for you, but you can take something away from a conversation that you can give to somebody else. Somebody told me a long time ago, don't ever hold knowledge to yourself. Don't be selfish with it. Share it with the world. Whatever share it with the world. So then somebody can take it with them and do something good with it for themselves and for everybody around them. I also been going on an amazing tour with another amazing young person named Essence Moore. She's 16. She's the first young person, period, to get her books that she wrote incorporated in the curriculum in New Jersey schools. And she does a whole lot. She's an entrepreneur, just works real hard, So we've been going around different places, cities, states, talking to different young people for schools, community centers, just trying to give inspiration and empowerment. We see a lot of issues right now with the youth just not being supported enough, A lot of young people as young as like 8, babies basically, are committing suicide. And we notice that when we talk to a lot of these young people, the message they get from it and the encouragement that they get from it is really powerful. So that's been something we're working on. We need more support. I really feel like when kids, especially black kids, when we work on something positive and we trying to do something good, it's not supported enough. You know what I'm saying? We don't get as much people putting work in to help us out that we need. But we definitely been grateful for what we've already been able to do. Just more support that's needed,
But as I went and did more things, met more people, traveled to different places, I kept learning. Essence says all the time, you don't only have to learn in school. So as I go to different places, I'm gaining knowledge and I'm gaining more hope, because I know that I can do something in the future. So that's what I did. Just been working hard for years. And my passion for the community came from being a part of the community, came from being a person that sees homeless people and doesn't just think, oh, this is just a person that's this or that, or that or this. Is somebody that's a human being, because I've been homeless before too. So all of that compassion and drive for wanting to do something better came from being somebody who didn't always have everything that was perfect and good as some of the kids had.
It's going on the youth empowerment tour, seeing all these kids and the way they react to us coming and speaking to them and telling them our stories and giving them inspiration, because that can change somebody's whole life. I notice how if you say one thing, you might not even know, but that can switch around, or that can hit something in somebody's brain that makes them want to do better or feel better about themselves and feel more motivated to do something positive in the future. So it's real important for me to keep putting that positive energy out and affecting people in a good way, because if I do that, you never know, somebody that was affected by me just telling them, keep going, keep pushing, they could do something great too, And if it's 5 kids, they can inspire 5 more kids, and it just keeps adding on and adding on. So all that positivity can really bring the world up in a positive way, in a good way, rather than me being negative and coming crazy at somebody. Because somebody said to me, if you arguing with somebody, over stupidity, nobody from the outside looking in can really tell who's the stupid one. Nobody can really tell who's who in the situation. It's like, it's a waste of time. And it's also, it could be way more done in that time, wasting on, arguing with people. And your life has a great purpose, even if you don't know it yet. Sometimes we don't have the physical things that we always need. I grew up in poverty. I didn't always have money. I didn't always have food in the fridge. I didn't always know if I was coming home from school whether I was going to be in a car or a hotel or somebody else's house. Sometimes you don't got the physical things that you need. Sometimes it's a person that's missing that you really feel like you need at this moment, and you can't. They're not tangible to you. You know what I'm saying? But you got to recognize that if you hold on to your faith and your hope inside you, faith that everything gonna be good in the future, and hold on to your hope for your people and for you, for yourself, for greatness, for positivity, then you're gonna be straight. Because having that type of mindset, even if you don't got these certain things, you got a strong mind and you got your fire in your heart that's gonna take you far. So keep your faith and hope, keep your head up through everything. Always say that you always discover different things looking up versus looking down. If you're looking down, most of the time you're gonna see the flow in your feet. If you look up, you might discover something you probably didn't notice before. Keep your head up and stay strong through everything, because it's all for a reason. And it's all for you to be great. We gotta make it. It's that simple. So my first single for the mixtape was Gotta Make It. And I didn't really know I was making a mixtape at first, just going into it, I just wanted to write a song. For a while, I was like, I just need something powerful, something that I can feel. I had a bunch of different things, but I was like, man, I just need to sit down and write something. And one night, that's what I did. I just didn't limit myself. I was like, okay, I'm just let out everything that I feel and that's on my mind at the moment, and that I'm passionate about, So that's how I gotta make it happen. And it's crazy because I get people telling me, especially young people, everything you saying here is true, and I feel it, and I love the messaging, and it really motivated me. So that's real cool to see. And the video meant a whole lot to me because we shot it 47 Inglewood. It's a crib that all my family members, they know. That was my grandma and my granddad's house. And everybody that we know and that we love and is close to us was coming in and out the house, sleeping on the couch, or just being in there for family gatherings. So it meant a whole lot for us to be able to come back and do it right there, and also be able to shoot the videos in different places, in different areas that meant a lot to me. Just showing like my Uncle Roy and his shop, and that entrepreneurship really actually influenced me a lot also. Seeing his grind over the years and seeing him just coming to grandma's house to cut my hair as a little kid versus now being able to have his own shop and having his own shirts to sell to people and all these different things. And seeing him build it from the ground up, that means a whole lot. Being able to go and have the video, part of the video in the studio and showing my process, because I had to work real hard to be able to do it. It was hard for me at first. I didn't know how to record. I know how to rap at the lunch table with all my friends, but I ain't know how to record in the studio. So all of those things are really important, and I'm glad we were able to get all that. Even the speech at the end, you know, and me talking to a bunch of young people. I think it was like over 700 people there. It was crazy.
Yeah. Hey, and I'm back, and I'm back, and I listen. And I'm back, and I'm back, and I listen. Hey,
I may seem a little impatient, but every opportunity I gotta take it. 'Cause right now, man, I gotta make it.
listen, right now. Right away, I need the right away, this rider's block. I can't end up like these old lame drunks on the block with no goals, poor souls. All they ever did was fold, treat women like hoes, never bold, no roles in our community. I knew that I would be way better than that. You get better at it, but can you be better than rap? I'll be better in fact. I change the expectations of what rappers are saying, make it seem this elevation, not just an occupation to be used and abused by these fools. Come they use all these tools and they cool with they expensive shoes and they big gold pools to me. Man, all that bull sound like yada yada yada, claiming that they never had a dollar, and how the girls never used to holla, 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 play out like a sport. But I can't change the game if I ain't even on the court, man. Look, I know they say my future real bright, but could you make it more clear to me? Hey, could you make it more clear to me? Hey, could you show me that you're here for me? Hey, I may seem a little impatient, but every opportunity I gotta take it. 'Cause right now, man, I gotta make it. Hey, right now, man, I gotta make it for the people that support me. Every time we meet, they gon' greet me cordial. Plus, they down for making peace and beefing for me. The ones that's gon' have my tape on repeat for me. Study for and cheat on the test with me. No matter who don't, they gon' always mess with me. Came out the nest with me. And I do this for the ones that especially knew me at my worst, yet still seen the best in me. Back when I was still fighting in school, when I couldn't pick and choose what I wanted for food, when I had to get used to wearing off-brand shoes, way back before everybody thought I was cool. You see, everybody wasn't always there for me. That's why I asked like Saba, will you care for me? If I'm on strike, is you down to spare for me? If you at the table, would you save a chair for me? You see, lately I've been thinking a lot. Can I really be the one to take a side of this whole? Is there a chance that I could finish everything on my plot? Can I really help the youth achieve all of their goals? Cause self-doubt is crippling. It'll have you tripping in your mind. Have you wasted too much time? Trust me, you gon' be fine. Just keep going. You can't get through the river if you don't keep rowing. If you don't, your chance of making it gon' be stolen by your own self. Believe me, I know how hard it is to get some help, but you just gotta keep pushing. Don't expect when times get hard, don't always have a cushion. For real, man, everything that I say is true. And what you do with this advice is only up to you. Cause if you got the chance but you don't pursue, only person you can blame for not making it is you. Look, I know they say my future real bright, but could you make it more clear to me? Hey, could you make it more clear to me? Hey, could you show me that you're here for me? Hey, I may seem a little impatient, but every opportunity I gotta take it. Cause right now, man, I gotta make it. Hey, right now, man, I gotta make it. Hey, look, and I'm back, and I'm back, and hey, and I'm back, and I'm back, and shout out my mama, Sweeter on the beat. Hey, yo, Mr. Host, doing good for a minister society. Would you agree?
Some of my teachers and the principal of the elementary school I went to labeled me as a bad kid. The principal even told me I'd be a menace to society. Listen, don't ever let someone tell you who you are. No one can tell you what you can and can't be. Don't let them write the story for you. This is your life, yours. You're the author of your own story. Here's something that no one else can take from you also, and that's your passion. No one can take your passion away from you because it lives inside of you. And they can't take away your ambition, it's yours. Whatever it is that you love, whatever you're passionate about, hold on to that and let it lead you. Don't give up, ever. I'm proof that you can do whatever you set your mind to, against all odds. No retreat, no surrender. You will make it. Gotta make it.
as I start to work harder, you know, on writing and just being a better writer when it came to music, I recognize, you know, listening back to a lot of stuff, I'm like, all right, that's predictable. Like if I say something that's like a lot of people, you know the next line what they gonna say, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like I was like, I want to be good and appealing to everybody, so I'm not gonna curse. It's just that I wanted to challenge myself and be able to expand my vocabulary and put certain words in these places instead of just filling it up with a curse word because I ain't got nothing else to say, you know? So everything that I do with music, it's gotta mean something for me. Like when I write stuff, a lot of people say, yeah, I did this in 10 minutes. And I'm like, I can tell. You know what I'm saying? Everything I do, I spend a little bit of time on it because I want to make sure that every single line is powerful, as if it's the last thing that I can say on this earth, period. You know, every single line. I'm not setting up the first bar to get to the fourth bar. You know what I'm saying? Every single line got to be important for me. You know, so somebody can quote everything I say. You feel me? So that's real important to me because I notice how people like J. Cole and Tupac affected me because everything they said was passion. You know, they meant it and they had feeling behind it. And you know that it was real for them. So everything I say has got to be real. I can't just be saying it because it's cool or sounds good or everybody else saying it and it might get me popular. No, like everything in there is real to me. I say a lot that people put memes over their morals now. You know, a lot of people put getting attention and getting likes and follows over their morals and what's important to them in their life. And that's not something that I've ever been willing to do. You know, I want to make sure that everything I say, it can hit somebody and I can put that positivity into the world. So everybody listening, they not just bobbing their head to the beat. They like, man, this really changed my life. The way like albums like Me Against the World had an effect on me, you know?
This is how it is, what's the use unless we're shooting, no one notices the youth.
I was introduced to AJ, I think from someone at American Family Insurance. I saw a video of AJ on a stage, and he was basically challenging thousands of people to support the youth. And that's bold to me, because a lot of times when you sit on stages like this, when you get on platforms, you say a lot at this age, sometimes you're scared to say what you feel and you say what you think people want to hear. And so I appreciate the support of the American family, and everybody has really shown to AJ, because I think that that's a fearless move to give somebody like him a platform to say, support the youth.
I always say Tupac said something over 20 years ago that's still relevant today, and that's, unless we're shooting, no one notices the youth. You know, when we do things that's positive, opposed to doing things that's negative, we don't get as much attention for it and we don't get enough support from it, you know? So I think more people just need to put more time in to pump up the youth. When we try to do something good, put that support in, because if not, that just leaves us with nothing to do and no support, and that's how the bad things happen, you know? Basically my little sister Mari, most people know her as Little Miss Flint. She does so much in the Flint community. You know, she does so much to give water back, tens of thousands, probably more than that, of bottles of water that she gives out to the community, a bunch of events that she's done, you know, and it's like people don't appreciate her enough. People don't give her enough support, and even people shut her out more than accept her in, you know, and that's just another example of how much the youth, you know, we're doing good things and we're trying, but we're not getting supported enough, or other people are in competition with each other. You know, it's like a lot of nonprofits or organizations that's supposed to be good for the community are fighting against each other as if they for-profit businesses. You know, we're not coming together and having any unity. Can't spell community without unity at all. You know, so it's like I see people like her putting in so much work and doing it out the purity of her heart and just not getting enough love back.
Hey, Mark.
Get him!
Hey, Mark. How you doing?
Good.
Look at you. Look at so many people out here.
Hey, hey, hey.
How you doing?
With the youth, you know, a lot of us grow up, and I noticed that everybody kind of wants to fit into something. Even if they don't know, even if they not really openly trying to force it, and it's not clear to you, everybody want to fit into some type of group or some type of area that they can feel complete in, they can call home. And for some people, that's a church. For some people, that's school. For some people, that's a community center, if you even got one in your area. And some people, that's the crib. But a lot of young people don't have those opportunities. A lot of us are disrespected and neglected in the church, in the school. And they don't feel like they can, they feel at home in the community centers. Or if they even have one, you know, and at home, they going through things where they feel like they not welcome, or it's just not a positive atmosphere at all. You know, so young people have all these things against them, all these people telling them no, saying you bad, you don't have anything that's special about you, not speaking light into them. Of course they're going to go to the first person that does so. And a lot of times that is people in the streets, and that is people who are doing things that ain't always positive. But if we want to change that mode, then we got to give young people more of an opportunity to be loved and to feel like they have a home in a place where they can do something positive. Well, a lot of times, you know, I go to a lot of different events or meetings and things like that, and people always talk about, you know, what can we do for the youth? What can we do to help out? Or they start things in order to help out young people, but young people ain't at the table talking about these things and letting you know this is what we need. You know, we steady wondering why things ain't working, and it's because young people are not included into the situations where we talking about this is what we're gonna do for young people. You know, we know a lot of us listen to it. All of us listen to each other. You know, whether it's good or bad, we all listen to each other and we take things from each other. So if we know, why not ask us? You know, a lot of us are not offered seats at the table, not offered chances to put input into what's going to shape our future. So that's why a lot of us feel excluded, and that's why a lot of us are not following the paths of people who want us to follow their path, because we're not accepted into those areas at all.
So I can't let none of this shake me. No, I can't let none of this break me. The teacher belittle my potential. They don't even know me personally. They say stay in school, it'll help you, but it seems like school hurting me. I know I'm history in the making, creativity constantly draining, which got me sitting here stressing. They judging me by my complexion. You can tell they talk to me. You can tell they walk to me. Plus I always get profile. Till 12 get off from me. My heart seem cold now. Feel the energy off from me. Too paranoid, I can't sleep. Unhealthy things all I eat. Injustices all I see. Police go pat, pat, pat. So the kids scream gang, 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 cause nobody else ever had their back. We need protection, we get attacked. We need corrections, and none of that's trapped. Stuck in this system that treat us like crap. Only way my brain process that is I think they lied to us. Just wait a minute, this ain't free. I had to check myself. Like, wait a minute, this ain't me. I wasn't made to fold. Nothing in life should faze me. So I can't let none of this shake me. No, I can't let none of this break me.
These things been going on since forever. It's just now we have more of a chance to see it a little bit more due to social media and technology. But I remember seeing people like Mike Brown and Trayvon Martin situations and really feeling like I knew them. Like at a young age, like I really felt like that could be me or one of my friends that I'm walking with right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that really had an effect on me, and that kind of inspired me to start doing more. Like, I was like, I gotta get my message out. I gotta say what I need to say. And that's the reason why I started writing poems like I Am and started putting those things out, because it was just real important for me. And that's brought me to coming to different places, to meet different people who have lost their children due to police brutality and just issues in the system. And that's how I met amazing people like LaToya Howe, you know, and I really recognize, you know, it's not just us problem. You know, it's not just a thing where we gotta focus on this person was killed, so they should be worried about it. You know, we gotta really think of everybody as if they are kids, and it's our people and our family, our blood, you know. So seeing those different things, it definitely had an effect on me and inspired me. A lot of times put me in a mindset that will make me feel like, man, like, we gotta get farther. It's been too long going through these things. Yeah, I feel like I always, since I was in like elementary school, due to having different staff members talk to me a certain way and notice the difference, you know, I feel like I had it in my head already, but I didn't really notice that there was like a huge difference, and that the way I lived my life had to be different to like middle school, you know, like 6th grade. And I started to really get passionate about music. You know, my whole life I always loved music, and I like doing poetry, you know, but by the time I got to 8th grade, I was like, okay, I want to figure out how I can really do this and put a lot of the messages I've been putting in these poems or that I just been holding in into the music. So I started working on it for like a year or two straight, you know, just working hard and figuring out how to write and how to even make beats and all that, you know. So one day I was just having a bad day due to seeing those differences, you know what I'm saying, going inside the stove, going inside gym to work out, and seeing how people react to me being in those areas just due to my skin color. I heard somebody say, your skin color walks in to a room before you do, you know what I'm saying, and that speaks before you even get a chance to, you know, and that's what I kept noticing, and it was just really messing with me a lot. By the time I was trying to get home, I had to like alter my whole path getting home in the rain just because of the police. So when I got home and I just sat down, I was like, I just want to write something. I gotta write something out. And I ended up writing a whole song, you know, and that's what Breathing While Black was. And it was real important for me because when I woke up in the morning, I'm looking at it and I'm like, man, I know not only can I relate to this, but a lot of my homies and a lot of people I don't even know could probably relate to it too, you know what I'm saying? And, or it can be informative for people who are like trying to see what we go through on a daily basis, you know?
Yeah. Just how I feel, man. Sometimes I think they'll never understand. I was born inside a world of hate. I'm not one to self-destruct, but how much can I take? Yeah, we got a lot of leaders, but most of them fake. No concern for change, just the paper they make. I've been running around the city feeling like I need to leave. Yeah, I'm magically black, but ain't no tricks inside my sleeve. So why they look at me like I'm about to pull a card? Man, breathing while black can be really hard. Cause every single day we be trying to go far, but they holding us back. We might not see tomorrow. I had the mentality since I was like 8. How you know your potential if they tell you you ain't great? They don't give you a chance here. No sense of hope, or you wanna be a rapper, ha. Man, stick to selling dope, and robbing, and stealing, and going to jail. Praying to the heavens while I'm trapped in this hell. I remember seeing my dad locked up in his cell, thinking why he here, you telling me that he failed? My mama was broke with an incarcerated man, but we couldn't shed a tear, cause you gotta understand, man. Breathing while black, you gotta be strong. Breathing while black, you gotta move along. Breathing while black, you gotta be tough. Breathing while black, life gon' get rough. Breathing while black, you gotta be hard. Breathing while black, they want you behind bars. And I've been breathing while black for 24 hours a day. Praying to God that he can show me the way.
I think this is really important, the work that you're doing, advocating for the youth, you know what I mean? And not only being a voice for the youth that's here today, also my son, you know, you're advocating and putting Justice's face out there. I really, truly appreciate that. When my son first got killed, was murdered, I was in a place where all I knew is I wanted to scream out for him, but I wasn't in a place where I could like actually put things together as organized. Like, AJ, I've watched you over the years. You've really been putting things together and doing it, you know, with passion. Right. With me, it was like, okay, all I could do is bleed my heart out. You know, I want to see the other mothers. I want to see them happy. I want to see them make it, you know. I was in a place where it was dark. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was dark. I didn't want to see nobody. I didn't want to meet nobody. I didn't want to march for nobody but justice. You know what I'm saying? But then when I meet other mothers and see that they're experiencing the same tragedy, being shut out by their communities, being, you know, those people that they want to feel sorry for. I felt like, let's bring this attention back on our kids. You know, let's advocate for our youth, put their names out there, raise awareness on what happened to them, say their names, each and every one of them. So if we bring together that spotlight and show it to the world, I think that's more important than anything because of the unity that's there. And nobody can tell you how to feel when you lose a child. So I feel like when I see the opportunities that AJ has been presented with and how he's carrying out your deeds, that actually inspires me because that puts that will into me like, yo, he can do it. You definitely can do it too. You know what I'm saying? And your advocacy is for your youth, your age group, and that's very important. And I feel like my advocacy is not only for my age group, but for yours too. Right. So my organization called Focus is actually for our children's undistracted success, meaning, you know, if we can keep our focus, like you say, you know, then this will be a better world for us all. And with the youth advocating, that's our future. So I feel like you doing what you need to do for this community, and I just appreciate that, man.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
I really do.
I was like, 12 when I first seen you, I think, and I seen this big Bulls jacket. I seen this lady on the board, like, no justice, and I was like, yo. You know what I'm saying? And it was out in Wisconsin for Tony Robinson's march.
That's right,
and Tony. Seeing that already was like crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? Because of the situation, I was like, this could be any of us. You know, this could be any of my homies. You know, and I was kind of young I always been young compared to everybody else I hung around with most of the time because I basically came in early, you know, but I seen it fast. Like, I was like, I see the importance in this, you know, and I recognize that it shouldn't just be they pain. We gotta feel it too, you know what I'm saying? Because it's our family. We one big family, you know?
Right.
And, you know, seeing you and the passion that you put into it and the perseverance through a lot of different struggles, because I don't think people see that it's not just the loss part of it. It's like trying to figure out, all right, how I'm going to do this, how I'm going to do that, while trying to get everything together in your head. That's crazy, you know? And especially when you're not getting enough support that you're supposed to be getting and enough noise. If you just the one yelling when everybody should be outraged, everybody should be mad.
Now you're getting me teary.
You know? So, yeah, I appreciate you, you know? I appreciate you. Yeah. For real, because I come out to the marches, man, I'll be like, everybody should be out here. You feel me? Everybody should be screaming to the top of their lungs till they can't even talk no more, you know?
Yeah.
Because I feel like people just too, you know, worried about they self and not our community as a whole. And then issues come up that affect people due to the issues in the community, and they wonder why is this happening? Because we're not putting enough work in to help You know, we not putting enough care in when we don't necessarily have to, when it's not our son, when it's not our daughter, you know?
Exactly.
So I just appreciate you being so consistent, and then also thinking about the youth in general, you know what I'm saying? Because if you only thought, you know, I gotta get justice for my son, that's completely fine too, and that's completely understandable too. But you been taking upon yourself to give more young people more opportunities and shed light on young people that's doing good, and try to bring that out of us, you know. So I'm thankful for you and everything you've been doing. You know, everybody always be telling me you so amazing, but I get that inspiration for other people and from seeing different people's stories and their resilience. So
I appreciate you. I see a lot of my son in you, and it's just amazing to see you prosper. I didn't get a chance to see my son prosper in his crafts.
Right.
You know, that was stolen from him, and I'm never going to stop this advocacy, you know?
Yeah.
It's a lot of AJ Carrs in the world. They just have to be given the platform.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just appreciate you coming out, talking to the kids, and letting them know, like, I'm still young.
Yeah.
I can do this. You can do this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So thank you for being a living example of what positivity is and what community looks and should look like.
Yeah. So my OG told me one time is that the same way you can negatively affect somebody else, you can negatively affect yourself. You know that if you talked about somebody in a certain way or put somebody down bad enough, they can feel bad about themselves, or they could even take it to the point where they don't even want to live no more. So if you put negative affirmations in your own head about yourself, it can do that same thing. It's just as powerful. So if you're telling yourself, you know, I don't think I'm good enough, or you look in the mirror, you don't feel confident enough, or you just feel like you say a lot of things that's not good about yourself, that's how you will make yourself feel. That's how you will see yourself in the future, you know, and that's not good. And it's also important to recognize how much time is important. Time is real precious, you know what I'm saying? If you spend like 30 minutes going back and forth with somebody, arguing with somebody, you know, just going off because they brought that energy out of you, you could have been using that same time to work for something that'll get you in a higher place in the future, you know, that'll build you up and hone in on your craft, things like that, you know. It's real important to recognize that, like, something like 5 minutes is real important, because 5 minutes can take you 10 steps ahead or 10 steps back, you know. So all those things, I try to just remind myself what's important. Pride and all that, that'll hold you back more than being a positive person and putting that energy out into the world. I always say, you know, with the world, with life, I don't even like to throw a bunch of trash on the ground and stuff, because I feel like the energy you put out and the way you treat the world and treat everything around you is the same way it's gonna treat you.
Yeah.
Chill got wings.
Hey, going hard since 13, I'm 16 now with a plan. Face that pain head on sip lean off pop Zans. Pants low, volume high, I act like a hood rock star. I was born in the poverty, I went through a lot to get this far. Mean everything that's coming out my mouth, got fam in the city, out west and south. Car, hotel, shelter, flow, couch, break for the live in the house. Say that he told me, so they not fooling me like Ricky, yo, it is what it is. Rappers be saying they real, but really just capping for money like they work their lives. Raised by soldiers, chip on my shoulders, size of a throw, the lips a holster. I told ya, I don't waste time, opening up on me, I give you closure. Tweaking in they jeans, indeed, and hey, that's out of pocket. Verbal explosive, blast off like a rocket, blow your whole ball like a socket. Younger black song under attack, okay, no retreat, no surrender. Joe, I knew you and you was a shorty. Okay, so I don't remember eating up there, be like this. Finna slide like too predictable to be said. Scream bucket beats when I'm dead.
Tupac was one of the biggest inspirations to me, not just with music, but in life in general. And I noticed a lot of people in his time, and even still now, looked at him as if he was just somebody that was too loud, or a gangster rapper, and was vulgar, you know. And they wonder how I can take something good or positive from his messages. But I think really a lot of people, you know, and I love y'all, but sometimes a lot of older people don't want to listen at all. They don't want to going into it. So if you hear a certain type of beat, if you hear that it's a hip hop song, you already giving it a bad rap before you even think about, all right, what this person's saying for real. You know what I'm saying? Even if you can't fully understand it, it might be because it's a difference between the way you and this person have gone about life, and the different experiences can bring different ways of thinking and actually expressing things. Because you might say something in a way that somebody like Tupac said it the same way, but in his way, you know, and said it with his passion. And I definitely think, you know, artists who are not black and that say the same things that we say are given more attention or are accepted more. And I really feel like when you are a person of color and you speak with any type of passion, it's viewed as anger and it's viewed as bad and scary, intimidating, you know, but that's not the case. We just being passionate and we just talking about our stories, you know, and putting something out that really means a lot to us. So I really recommend, you know, listening to people, because people say, I like your music, it ain't like everything else, all this other stuff bad. And I'm like, all this other stuff ain't bad, not all of it, you know what I'm saying? And even some of the stuff that you feel like, you know, it's too much cursing or this or that, if you really listen to what that person is saying, you can see how meaningful it is to that person and why the youth stick to it so much, because they can relate to it. They feel everything that person's saying. If they talking about being in the streets or feeling neglected by teachers, and they like, F that teacher, they're saying F that teacher because that's what they felt, and that's why the youth stick to it so much, because we being told, you know, that we less than by people who are supposed to be picking us up in the first place, you know? So all of that is real important. I rock with the compliments, you know, if your music is different and you're not doing how other people doing it. And it's right, you know, I'm unique in my own way, every artist is, but I really challenge people to listen not only to the music from the youth, but the youth in general. Listen to what we saying. Don't just hear a curse word, and don't just hear the way we deliver it and block out every single word that's coming out. Listen, you know, because that is the sign of respect, and that respect will come right back to you.
Yeah. No retreat, no surrender. 11 years old, I thought I was grown. Said I was gone by grandma crib on my own. Even if you can't, I see the future bright, to me it's clear. My OG a thug from the gutter and she's still here. And now coming straight out the combos, I made the best out of what they left. I turn trash into cash, don't live nip, I'm taking the steps. Even if they take my breath, live in the heart of my people. My light bulb, it's a weapon when it spark, that thing lethal. It hurt, but I don't wish that we didn't go through trauma, cause it taught me perseverance, loyalty, and honor. Wanna know what I do every time that I see a comma. I get the check, cash it, then I give it all to my mama. Knocked down to be stronger within, so I don't ever wanna be the same. You might think I'm insane, but people shut out what they can't comprehend. So y'all never gon' feel my pain, y'all never gon' feel my pain. I was knocked down to be stronger within, so I don't ever wanna be the same. You might think I'm insane, but people shut out what they can't comprehend. So y'all never gon' feel my pain, y'all never gon' feel my pain. Hard for me to go to bed, I feel J-Work face froze.
A lot of times when if I'm making a video or at the end of a song or something, I always go, YJB for life, like real loud, you know, and everything that's involved with me, I always say YJB a lot. And a lot of people ask me, you know, what that mean. YJB is Yolanda Janine Ballard. That was my grandma. She was murdered when I was little, and her murder wasn't solved. You feel me? And my whole family was really affected by that, especially my mom, especially the kids that she left behind that really loved her. So we tried to do everything in her honor. You know what I'm saying? Anything we create, a lot of times we name it after YJB. You know, my mama got a talent agency. It's named YJB Talent, and it's real cool for me to see or hear people like they recite a song or something. They be like YJB. You know, they probably don't even know what it means, but her name is living on. You know, I feel like since it wasn't solved, in a sense, the people that were supposed to solve it let it go, or didn't even try to take it on in the first place. But me being able to put her name out there and keep screaming it out, you know, I feel like that keeps her living, that keeps her here. And that's what I want to do for all my people. You know, I just want to be able to keep the love and the inspiration that they left here, so it can really not only affect me in a positive way, but maybe hit somebody else that didn't even know that person. With having great times, you know, it's always struggles you got to go through. You know, it's things that might set you back a couple steps. You know, last year it was a great year. You know, whole lot of opportunities, whole lot of things that got done. But right after my birthday, around Christmas, lost my big bro, my uncle. He was killed in a car crash. You know. And the accident, it's a lot of reasons why it hit me in a certain way, you know. But me and him, we was real close, you know, and he taught me a whole lot of things without even trying to. His positivity really always stuck with me, you feel me? And for a while after, you know, I was just saying, I just want everything to go back to normal. Like, I don't understand why I'm feeling this certain type of way now. Like, I just want everything to go back to how it was before this happened, you know? And I think I had to come to realize, like, I'm not supposed to go back to normal. You know what I'm saying? I'm not supposed to go back to how I was before. All this is to set me up to be a better, stronger, and you know, more knowledgeable person in the future. You know what I'm saying? So, with things like that and losses and everything, I just been trying to recognize, you know, them people that's gone. I can't dwell on death too much. I gotta live for them. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people say, you know, I die for what I believe in, and that's very true with me. But I also live for the people that ain't here no more. I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to go about every day and every move I take and breath I take and word I say, because I'm living for somebody else that ain't here and that don't got the chance to no more. Because Jeremiah was 25. He had just turned 25. I spent this whole birthday with him. You know, his last birthday. He got 3 kids, 3 little kids. And our little cousins, you know, it's just important for me to show them that not only am I here for them, but you gotta, life brings a lot of struggles. And that's what makes us as people. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes us better. So I wrote this other song, and I was listening. What's cool about it is it's a song called Say You Will by Kanye West. And I was listening to it. He talks a little bit about some of his struggles in it. And he's singing. I'm listening to the end of the beat. I'm like, it's like a whole beat here, you know? So I got on my computer, like cut the last half of it out. I was like, I'm finna rap over this. And I just kept saying, all right, just put your pain in the pen, you know? And talk about everything, because I feel like a lot of times we don't get the outlet in real life just talking to people to express all that we feel. You know, we don't get the chance to say and let our feelings out. You know, so that was real important for me going into it. I was like, don't hold nothing back, don't say nothing, because it's like, oh, this is a little too much for people. This might be sound depressing or something. I was like, I just gotta put this all in here, and that's for my people that's gone, and that's for my people that they left behind when they left. You know what I'm saying? So they can listen to and know that person was loved and that person was great. You feel me? So I was real happy to be able to shoot the video and have my little cousins in it, you know, and be able to just put all that pain and turn it into something good, you know, and turn it into something that's a learning experience for everybody and something that brings us together. It's sad that sometimes things like that have to happen to create unity and more love, but I just, in any way possible we can do it, we just got to.
Put the pain in the pen, I've been crying again. Thoughts of dying again, but I'm writing again. Am I fooling myself, thinking I can escape? So much on my plate, can't just sit around and wait. My grandma getting up there in age. Lately I've been walking around feeling hurt and afraid. I got some loved ones that I wanna take to see different heights. I hope that I can do it before the end of their life. My pop switched his whole lifestyle to help me, so I wanna introduce him to peace and luxury. I'll probably never get to live stress-free, but if he can get that feeling, I feel like I feel complete. Going through way more than what you seeing on the surface. Tired of the hurt and pain relievers ain't working. I know pain to help me grow, but God, is it worth it? Hate going to churches to see my people in hearses. And while we on the topic, rest in peace, Jeremiah. Even through the fire, never been a heavy crier, but I'm having a hard time accepting your death, especially looking at them 3 beautiful kids you left. It's funny how family members wear they dress a tie at the funeral, look you in your eye, cry a lot. It's the usual, anything you need, I'ma supply. But when it come to keeping they word, they won't even try. No, they won't do a thing but post on IG, saying how they love them, miss them, RP. It's sad over the years, something that stuck with me is to trust none, even if they on your family tree. When YJB was murdered, my people ain't get no help. They was teenagers going through life all by themselves, facing judgment from religion. Mama had me young, so they thought that I would be another failure, a statistic. But I'm still breathing, still here living, and I'm feeling heated. Better yet, I'm livid. Sometimes it's hard to keep my head up. Should I pop this pill, put some lead in this cup? Nah, that'd have me even more messed up. I just need to work on getting my rest up. I don't need no pity or sympathy, don't wait for me. All that I ask, if you got time, pray for me. Cause every night I'm up and every day I'm down. Bunch of fake smiles, try not to show frowns. Don't wanna feel nothing but my mind keep racing. Whole family struggling, got me losing patience. Plus I'm so scared that there's no hope for change. Envisioning my people still stuck in ropes and chains. The world burned down due to greed and corruption. Whole state flooding, volcanoes erupting. What we view as progress, truthfully, is destruction. Dominance, intolerance, earth gradually crumbling. Maybe the Christians right, maybe the rapture coming. Is my life cursed for not believing in something? I guess only time will tell. No longer am I worried that I might fail, but I do fear that I have to die to feel peace. And I do fear losing more people around me. We just living to die, so I'm dying to live. When my time is over, how much time did I give? And that's worth the Riota, rest your beautiful soul. I won't lose control or the sight of my goals. If I do, I had the best intentions. I just wonder will my high learning lead to high living? Said I just wonder will my high learning lead to high living on bro.
Something that I've been taking with me now is to just think about what he said to me a lot. He always talked about, man, hey, bro, let's ride out, let's go have fun, you know what I'm saying? I just want to have fun. That's what he always said. I just like to have a good time. I just like to be happy. That's what he always told me. He used to tell me, you know, everybody else would react like, man, I just seen you on TV. You know what I'm saying, go crazy. He would always be in the car with me and he'd be like, I love what you're doing, you know, but remember to have fun. and love what you're doing. I don't think he knew how much that was gonna stick with me, but he was like, make sure whatever you doing, that you remembering to have fun with and be happy with. And sometimes it's something I forget. Sometimes I forget to eat when I leave the house. Sometimes I forget to think about, okay, how I'm feeling when I'm doing all this stuff and going from this place to that place and this state to that state. But with that now, I try to remind myself, have fun with this and have a good time. Because if you're not happy with it, what's the point? You know, if you're not living in a way that's like, if you're not bringing a smile on your face, whatever you're doing, it's really no point in it, or it'll drive you into the ground. You know, somebody told me, if the sunshine outside and you just focus on bad things, how you gonna appreciate it? If you steady worried about death, how you even gonna live? You know? So I try to take his words with me. And I also try to be somebody that doesn't wait to do things to be great, you know? My little homie Jakil, he has a foundation, it's called Project I Am, and they do a whole lot of work in the city, in Chicago, and they give back to the homeless. They've been doing it for a little while now. He gave me one of these wristbands, and it says, I keep it on me because it says, don't wait to be great, you know? And I always look down and I try to remember that, because you'll get an idea of something, or you'll want to do something, you're like, all right, I don't feel like it right now, or I don't think I have the ability to do this right now. I don't got the resources right now. So now I always try to remind myself, do not wait to be great. Do it now. Do it right now, and keep that passion with you. And along with all those things, I try to recognize, stay happy for Jeremiah. Stay having a good time for Jeremiah, because that's all he wanted to do, is just see a smile on my face and see me having fun, you know? So my whole life, I feel like I was sent here to live for the people that ain't here no more. I feel like I was really sent to be something greater, whether that's for one person or for many. As long as I hit in the way I'm supposed to, as long as I do and execute in the way that I was sent here for, I feel like my life been fulfilled. All I gotta do is just remember to enjoy it on the process, you know? There's another song I got called Dreams. And Dreams is really important to me because it talks about the different ways in life, different things I've been involved with in life and how I grew up. Because I think a lot of people see me and they just be like, man, you so good, you so smart, and you're not like all the other young people. And something I express a lot is that I was really in the middle of everything. I could have went this way, bad direction. I could have went that way. It wasn't like I was just surrounded by one type of environment, you know? So a lot of my friends growing up, especially around the time I started working on things, I was like, all right, I know what I'm passionate about. I know what I got to do. A lot of my friends started to fade away and take those different paths. And that's something that I had to learn the hard way. You know, sometimes you can't help everybody. Sometimes life has to help that person. And they got to see through their different experiences, you know, not everything that glitters is gold, you know, and that not everything that may seem good in the moment can help you long term, you know. So that's something that I feel like a lot of young people have to deal with, deciding whether or not you're going to follow your friends, the people you actually love, you know, and the people that you rock with heavy, or you going to take your own route and be somebody that's like, I just got to make sacrifices. And that's what I do a lot. That's why I think a lot of people ain't ready to do. And that's why it annoys me. Sometimes people are like, hey, do this, do that for me, because I had to make so many sacrifices. I had to tell myself, I'm not going to just be on social media all day. I had to tell myself I'm not going to watch TV and be on games all day. I'm not going to put negativity out on social media. I'm not going to waste time. I had to do all that and give myself that mentality to do something better. And that's a huge sacrifice, because it's easier to grow as a kid and be like, I'm going to just do whatever, you know. And I think I still have that rebellious mindset that a lot of adults don't like, but I use it in a different way. I use it in a way where it's like, I'm going to fight against everything that I see that's negative in this world, you know? And that's why dreams is real important to me, because I talk about having friends that's in the streets and also friends that's doing amazing things that's more than what I'm doing right now. I have these different people that I'm real close to, friends, you know, that's my age or younger or a little bit older, that all have these different routes in life that they got to take and different things that they going through. And I've always been the type of person that I'm like, I'm not going to shut somebody out or be like, you're bad based off of where you at right now. Because I know teachers used to tell me, you're bad based off of where you at right now, you know, and based off the fact that you keep fighting every week, you know, and based off the fact that you keep talking back and doing all this. I can't judge nobody else for doing the same thing just because they doing that at a different time than me, you know. So I think really, even with those different walks of life, with these different young people, I think it's important to give love and support to both sides. The kid that you see walking on the street sagging his pants, do you really think his pants sagging is the biggest problem in his life right now? Do you really think that his music that he listens to is the worst problem in his life right now, you know? And also the kid that you see doing positive things, don't shut him out due to money or attention, you know. Give more to the youth and we can get more of positivity back in our communities.
Consult the paramedic department, holler at you, man, checking up on you. Make sure everything good with you, man. Give me a call whenever you get a chance. Love you.
Hey, yo, homie, this Cabo. Getting back up.
Congratulations, mama. I know you can do it, boy. And then the great shot. And then the great shot.
Yeah, put my soul in it. Every time I'm rapping, I had to go through madness. That's how I got this passion. All this money got an attachment. Don't judge me, I never had it. Thought it was normal to sleep on a pallet. Had to be rich to have a big mattress. Call me insane or untamed, but you can't call me a lame. I needed to gain, but I pray God don't give me too much pain. Pray nobody I love get slain over something petty like a chain, or the cops shooting they brain. That thought stuck in my brain, and I hope it's straight for me. These fears ain't okay with me. Trying to do good with my life. Why these people want to take it from me? You don't deserve to make it with me. Rose from the concrete, so they want to see me suffer blight, and I just might. Cause when I find peace, poof, it's out of my sight.
Like Tupac said, I just want to be able to spark the brain that changes the world. And some people tell me that's me sometimes, but I just want to dedicate my life to giving that inspiration out and the message that can hit somebody. Some kid that's probably not even here yet, that probably ain't even born yet, you know, that might hear my music or hear something I said in the interview or speech later and be like, I'm gonna dedicate my life to that, you know, that can really leave a positive impact.
I just gotta hang in there. I just gotta keep striving. Try to think about the good times for scratching and surviving. Recognize I've been blessed with the chance of being able to fly. No matter how much stress, I won't let my dreams die. I won't let my dreams die. Put a middle finger in the sky to all the people that hate it and said you won't make it. To the police that was slamming your bro body down on the pavement. No food to eat in the kitchen. You fed up and can't take it, no mo. All your people po, don't know what to do. And it's for the black kids that stay in the white neighborhoods too. Feeling isolated, ain't no crew that you fit into. No one understands your point of view. Look, I feel your pain. Me and bro done been through it all. From getting profiled in the mall to getting them hurtful phone calls. Old friends dreamed of deposits, now they go through withdrawals. Tried to tell them there's a better way, but they weren't trying to hear me at all. I had to learn the hard way that you can't help everybody. All my homies started smoking, popping perkies, catching bodies. It hurt me that I couldn't lead them to the right path. We was just kids, how did life get so bad? Couldn't keep on letting all that guilt block my vision. Sometimes I question if I'm making all the right decisions. It should be all good if they positively driven, right? As long as I stick to the plan, I should be alright. I just gotta hang in there. I just gotta keep striving. Trying to think about the good times of us scratching and surviving. Recognize I've been blessed with the chance of being able to fly. No matter how much stress, I won't let my dreams die.
Grandmother, I don't know how you knew, but I sure appreciate you. You brought tears out of my eyes. Thank you so much. And I love you. And I love you. And I love you.